YB stays on your neck.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So we just seen there, Dillian left hook Whyte showing. Listen, this video was made to illustrate and and to silently send Tyson Pillowfist Fury and Beyonce can only get a KO when the fight is half tired. Wilder. This message was sent as a call out to Fury and Wilder to let them know what time it is. Be under no illusions now. Be under no illusions. If I say if because it's still unknown. If Beyonce can't get a knockout unless they're knackered anyway, Wilder, and Tyson Fury ever do dare get in there with Dillian Whyte, you've seen what their leg is going to be doing. Dillian Whyte showed it for you already. He's illustrated what will be happening. The way you see him hitting that nene, that's what they'll be hitting. Simple as that. We've seen Wilder hitting it. To be fair, I'm not even sure. I sit here now and have a bit of a joke saying that Dillian Whyte's going to make Fury's legs do a funny dance. I'm not even sure. We've already seen the sparring footage of Dillian Whyte versus Fury. Back 5-10 years ago. We've seen it. And there was no legs dancing in that. Lights clean out. So to be fair, I think Dillian Whyte's been a bit too optimistic for Fury's case when we think about it, because what's more likely, if we're honest, Fury will be lucky to let his legs dance. He'll be lucky to remain conscious. The chances are, with no headgear and small gloves on, he'll be going flat out. You start hearing that. You'll start hearing that rare and exclusive dialect. We all know. Listen, people can say YB's making stuff up. We've all seen it. YB's exclusive sources, YB's verified sources came through, provided the footage, and that's that. If you got an issue, you need to take it up with the insiders, not me. Who am I? I'm just a little old YB. I don't make the information. I just present it to the public, to the paying public. Anyway, as I was saying, Wilder is in deep, deep trouble. And I'm not sure, I'm sorry, man, I hate to rain on people's parade, but after seeing that performance against Rivas, Wilder will want none of it. He won't. Listen, Wilder was hoping, let's get something straight. Just like Derek Chisora proved. Derek Chisora proved that Wilder can only knock people out when they're knackered and they've run out of cardio. What did Dillian Whyte show in that Rivas fight? Dillian Whyte showed that he ain't running out of gas no more. That's the facts of it. Dillian Whyte said himself he could have upped it if he wanted to and knock Rivas out, but he didn't want to take risk because he wanted to make sure he could get in there with the sweet-smelling Deontay Wilder. That's the truth of it. 100%. He wanted to make sure he got the dance with Wilder. And you got to realise, it's scary. Wilder's in a very scary place now. And I've got a video coming out on him in the next few hours because he's made a post reacting to Dillian Whyte's win, and it's quite controversial in my opinion. Anyway, what I was saying was Deontay Wilder is in a very dangerous situation now, and I'll tell you why. Because let's get something straight. During the fight with Rivas and Whyte, Dillian Whyte, as he said himself, he was holding back. Wilder, on the other hand, Wilder is the pinnacle. Do you understand that? There'll be no holding back there. He'll be getting the full works. He'll be getting all the left hooks. He'll be getting all the IQ. He'll be getting all the cardio. 100%. He'll be getting all of it. And I know Deontay Wilder's sitting there now and hoping that Dillian Whyte runs out of gas. My advice to Dillian Whyte would be, just make sure you do not run out of gas. Because we know categorically, Wilder does not hurt Ortiz. 50-year-old, not known as a guy who has a great gas tank. Did Wilder hurt Ortiz before he got tired in the 10th round? No, he didn't. Didn't do squat to him. Honestly, did he? Did he put Ortiz down in the first round? No. He put him down in the 10th round when the guy was already finished. Who has Wilder ever put down early, really? Seriously, who of an average caliber? Bearing in mind as well, Ortiz isn't all-time great. Ortiz isn't top 10. Ortiz isn't world championship level. Ortiz is a pretty standard top 20 fighter, if we're honest with ourselves. Luis Ortiz's best win is a win against Bryant Jennings, who Who hasn't beat him? Seriously, who hasn't beat him? Everyone blows off Bryant Jennings. Who hasn't beat Bryant Jennings? Seriously, come on. Let's call a spade now. Who hasn't beat him? That's his best win. You joking? That's his best win. And my point is, it took Wilder 10 rounds, and let's not forget, he went life and death for that win. He went life and death for that win. He cashed in years off the ends of his careers for that win. He went Dave Allen style for that win, Wilder did. Deontay Wilder went Dave Allen style. He went Dave Allen mode, aka cashing in years off your life to try and get the win. That's what he had to do against Ortiz. And Ortiz is a top 30, top 20 fighter, factually speaking. Yeah? From where I come from, you keep what you kill. If you kill a top 10 fighter, you become a top 10 fighter. Who is Ortiz beating top 10? Seriously, who? Who's he beat? No one. That's the answer to that question, no one. He's a top 20 fighter and took Wilder 10 rounds. And he's 64 years old, 65 years old. I do apologise. I said the other day he was 60. Someone quite rightly reminded me, and like I say all the time, I put my hands up. When my B's wrong, he's wrong. Yeah? If anyone else ever has better information and more provable or more factual information, just bring it forward. YB's have got no issues, no problem with that at all. I'll put my hands up. Look, listen, let me put my hands up now. As I was saying, I said Ortiz was 60 years old. I was wrong. He's actually 64, going on 65 this year. So I do apologise for that inaccuracy, but hopefully from now on we have to keep that the correct narrative. Because I'm not here to spread lies or spread narratives. Yeah, if it's 65, it's 65. My mistake, my bad. Anyway, my point is, what do we know about age? Cardio and age are negatively correlated. You don't get older and get more cardio unless your name's Manny and Juicy Pacquiao. Apart from him, though, everyone else, as they get older, they get more tired. So we know Ortiz at 63 when he fought Wilder, he had no cardio. And Wilder couldn't. Let's get something straight as well. When Wilder finished him in the 10th round, was Ortiz unconscious? Did Ortiz have his eyes rolling in his head? Absolutely not. He just fell over because he was exhausted. His 63-year-old legs gave out. It's not really his fault, if I'm honest with you. Did Wilder really take that win, or did Ortiz's 63-year-old age take that win? In my opinion, Ortiz's 63-year-old age actually lost that fight for him. If we call a spade here. That's the first thing. Who else is there? Why? Okay, Fury. He didn't knock him down to the 9th round. Fury coming off a massive layoff as well, where his legs are tired. He's got that James DeGale-ness about him. Tyson Fury in the last few years has got a real James DeGale about him. Them a little bit of a shot legs. But even then, it took Wilder 9 rounds to knock down James DeGale, a heavyweight James DeGale, in Tyson Fury. And then he couldn't finish him, could he? He put the kitchen sink on him. Where was the bronze bomber then? Where was all the heart then? Where was all the bronze bomber? 12th round he put him down. Could he finish it? No. Did Fury remain unconscious? No. So what is it then? What is it about Wilder's power? He's meant to be the most powerful heavyweight. Why is it he's fighting top 20 people, but you can't put them out? What's that about? That there is definition of overrated power. And as I was saying, the reason this is all relevant is because Dillian Whyte's coming up real fresh. He's got real power. He's got power. If anything, actually, Dillian Whyte has got more power than Wilder has. Let's get something straight. Tyson Fury has been put down by everyone. Dillian Whyte in sparring, AJ in sparring, Cunningham a cruiserweight, Wilder. Meanwhile, Joseph Parker ain't never been put down. He's been there with AJ and didn't get put down. Yeah? Dillian Whyte got in there, put him straight down. Twice. Facts. 100%, no doubt. 100%. And in that fight, what do we know? Funnily enough, the only time Joseph Parker put Dillian Whyte down was when he was tired. This is what I'm trying to tell Dillian Whyte. You've got to make sure you don't run out of gas, because Wilder cannot hurt people who are not run out of gas. Bermane Stiverne, the first fight. How many times did Wilder put down Bermane Stiverne? None. And arguably Wilder would have been better then, because he was really in his prime, 30 years old or whatever. Now he's 34. And Wilder's going to be the one who's struggling with conditioning going forward. Who else is there? What other great wins has he got? So Fury, he got a draw with as well, by the way. Ortiz, Bermane, who is there? No one. He has literally beat no one at the start. At the start of a fight. He only gets them when they're knackered. So Dillian Whyte needs to come in with cardio, and Wilder is cooked. And I'm telling Dillian Whyte, I'm going to keep making videos talking about this because it's true. Dillian Whyte and Mark Tibbs must find a way to set the left hook up off the right hand of Wilder. Perfect shot. I can see it now. Wilder bungles a big right hand. Dillian Whyte is going to have to, all the next 6 months or next 9 months, however long it takes, next 20 years probably it'll be, but however long it takes, he needs to be practicing step and slip and then bang the left hook. Step, slip, bang left hook. Step, slip, bang left hook. That's what he's going to be doing. Wilder will be leaping in with a big right hand. And in fact, if I was Dillian Whyte, I'd be really smart about it. What I'd do is this. In training, I'd start practicing. For the first 3 rounds of Wilder, Dillian Whyte should probably just try and be pretty static in that sense. Just work on parrying the right hand. Don't put in too much head movement. Them first 3 rounds, get Wilder used to you being quite stiff and quite still. Then, from round 4, when he thinks he's lining that right hand up, then you step and slip. He ain't going to see it coming. He'll think his sloppy right hand's fine. Step and slip, and I'm telling you now, Dillian Whyte touches him on the chin. He's going out like Lucas Brown. I can tell you now. Deontay Wilder, from what I've seen, I've got a very good eye for this. I've got a very good eye for consciousness and genetics and how they link. I'm telling you now, Deontay Wilder has a similar consciousness and a similar genetic makeup. A conscious genetic makeup as Lucas Brown. He will go, his lights will be flat out and he'll be laying on his front and his shoulders will be well relaxed. They'll be, you see how Dillian Whyte was? Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown's shoulders were so relaxed, they were almost pulling on his neck. He was flat on the floor. His shoulders fully rolled, he was fully relaxed. That's the way Deontay Wilder's getting relaxed in that fight. Yeah, we hear about Wilder being stressed sometimes, don't worry. By the time Dillian Whyte finishes with you, you will be eternally relaxed. You'll be relaxed so much, your consciousness will leave cleanly out of your head. I'm telling you now. Wilder and Fury, you'll be lucky. I know Dillian Whyte was joking around here, showing you what your leg's going to be doing. You'll be lucky. Listen, if I was you, I'd try and make a deal with whatever spirits you've got going on. Try and make a deal with them spirits and ask them, please, let me do the dance. Because by the time Dillian Whyte's finished with you, you'll be wishing you got the dance. You ain't getting no. I'm telling you now, Fury or Wilder. I don't. At this point, I don't really think they're gonna get the dance. I think they're gonna get the beep. I think they're gonna get the. That's what I've got in my head. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. I feel they're getting that one there. They ain't getting the legs. They'll be lucky if they get the legs. Simple. Yeah, 100%. If he does, but then again, before I go, let me put this in there. Lewis Dinosaurus Tease has come out now and said that apparently the Wilder fight's happening in November. So it looks like, I'm not sure about this. I don't know if the fight will happen. Hopefully, well, in reality, if Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn cannot allow for Beyonce versus Pillow Fist to happen before the Dillian Whyte fight, yeah? If it's about time Wilder was told when and where he'll fight. That's simple as that. He hasn't had one fight that's been proper yet. Ortiz, he dragged along in 4 weeks' notice at 63 years old. Fury was half shot, had proved nothing. Listen, when Fury fought Wilder in December 2018, what had Fury really proven? Not what happened 4 years before it. What had Fury proven? He looked awful. He couldn't stop Pianetta. Kevin Kingpin Johnson stopped him. Come on. The journeyman stopped him and Fury couldn't stop him. Fury was hitting him with everything. Pianetta was egging him on, pleading, begging for the right hand. Fury gave it, and the worst thing is, Fury actually gave him the right hand, but it didn't do anything to him. He was egging him on. Do you know how bad it is? To have a top 400 fighter egg you on. I'd feel embarrassed as a boxer. Especially when you're meant to be lineal. I've never seen a so-called lineal champion be egged on by a top 400 fighter. Normally, they're too busy worrying about being hit. This guy weren't. This guy was hands down and he was enjoying it in there. Having a whale of a time. Couldn't believe his luck. Couldn't believe how light-fisted Fury was. That's the truth of it. That's the facts. But anyway, Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn cannot allow this to happen. And it's annoyed me in a way because Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte, they keep going along this line of, oh yeah, we're going to work as a team with the WBC and, oh yeah, there's no argument, there's no angst between us, we're going to get along and come to a resolution. I'm thinking, what's wrong with these people? Why is it? Lennox Lewis had several legal altercations. And guess what? He came out on the right side of it each time. So I don't get Eddie Hearn. Why is he being so relaxed about it for? I don't understand it. Threaten them with court, that's that. Simple. Unless maybe I don't understand something. Maybe there isn't a legal thing for it. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. But from where I'm sitting, don't be moaning about the 600 days. and then not be doing nothing about it in court, surely. But then once said, like I said, maybe they don't have a case, but I don't know. Anyway, the fight must happen before the Fury fight, because I want to see Wilder in there. I'd really hate, as I said before, I don't want to see Fury versus Wilder. I'll tell you why, because in that fight, it's one-way traffic. We know either Wilder's going to knock him out, or Fury's going to bore everyone half to death. Whereas at least with Dillian Whyte fight, Dillian Whyte, I'm saying, at this point, I feel it's 50-50. Dillian Whyte versus Wilder at this point now. 50-50. That's the kind of fights you want to see at heavyweight. Fury's a 130-pound fighter, or as good as. The whole reason everyone likes the heavyweights is because they're big. Not because they go 12 rounds and land 3 more feints. Oh, yeah, I boxed Deontay Wilder's head off. Bro, you landed 3 more feints and a few jabs in the whole fight. That's what you did. About box his head off. Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, that's the facts of the matter.